Let's get ourselves settled in. It's a last minute change of plans there. It's meant to be cloudy. It's been cloudy all day, and then it was clear, so I thought, hey, let's see if we can make the most of that. Why is TikTok? No, TikTok is working. So yeah, that is what we are doing. It's going to be Skywatch time for us tonight, but the moon is up. It's not up high enough, sadly, for us to get the camera on it, but it is high enough for to be a very, very bright sky. So yeah, do say hello as you're joining us in. We are looking out for the strange and anomalous in the night sky, live from Wiltshire here in the UK, right in the heart of crop circle country, and just down the road from Stone Henge. So lots of strange things for us to see. And why all of a sudden how are we getting buffering issues already? It's going to be one of those nights tonight, isn't it, guys? It's going to be one of those ones. Oh well, we'll have to see. We'll have to push through, because not even my chat is loading. One of those ones you should have just taken the night off. Right, TikTokers, sorry, we're going to have to come off for you guys. Let's see, we might come back to you guys in a minute. But it's looking like, yeah, we can't do both at the same time. So let's just end that one there. Sorry, guys. Let's see if that helps. I don't think it's going to, though. Ayo. Anyway, where did we get to in the chat over on the tubes? Carl first in. Good to see you there. And Mr. D, what happened there? So, what we did, we were scheduled for a Skywatch, but we switched over at the last minute to, no, sorry, a SETI hunt, a signal hunt. That's what we thought we was going to be doing. But we switched over to see if we can get a bit of sky in tonight at the last minute. So, yeah, just switching over there. Or it said signal hunt. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's exactly it, Torben. You've totally got it right there. And where are we down here as well? Yeah, it's a bit laggy, and we're only on the tubes now. Loch Lomond, how are you doing? So that looks like typically it is just the bad luck. There is nothing going on. It was fine earlier, which makes me very, very mad indeed there. But yeah, hey-ho, we'll just have to see how we get on anyway. Let's start the tracker, and let's see if we can spot anything in these skies for as long as they are. Gaza, how are we doing? Why is all of the internet's gone? Very frustrating. Yeah, I can just see it peaking. This is a local issue, so it's not for once the platforms, it is us here. Never mind, how are we doing? Yeah, I mean, the skies are not as clear as we'd like, but rather than... we thought we'd try. We'll just see how we get on tonight. There's no reason for it to be up this high, because we are only on one bloody platform. Anyway, guys, how are we all doing? Good to see you in. Shall we spin the camera and see if we are getting the best patch of sky? I think this is going to be the darker the way it's going at the second. It's going to be this way. We've got some moving objects, so it's not so bad. What have we got? Let's zoom in on some of those.
Activated.
Oh, yeah, quite faint, but the moon is up, so that's going to do our night vision in for the next few days there. But hopefully it'll get up high enough. It's not at the minute that we can switch over to a moon stream at some point there. Rib is in as well. Who have we got in there? Mr. D, Loch Lomond, Torben there as well. Lethal is in, Rib as well, and Kyle, good to have you in. And Gaza there coming in, feeding Alan.
Nom, nom, nom.
Thank you for that.
Guys.
Buffy too, how are we doing tonight? The aliens have hijacked the Wi-Fi. I do a speed test before I come on. Fine, plenty of things. And maxing out now. And it's not the stream. Nothing's updating. Nothing on my kit's updating. So yeah, I'm livid. Livid. It is as if fate is telling us to not to bother tonight. Screwing us around some way, but yeah. Well, let's see. Let's move the camera, see if we're going to get a better patch of sky. Pause the tracker. Right, which way are we looking? This way. Yeah, let's see what we've got over this way. Right, almost at the trees that way. So let's spin ourselves around here. It's going to get brighter as we're going more towards the moon. Yeah, thin clouds, but we can see behind it. It's just very, very bright. That's going to affect us there. But you can still see movement. And should we go down? See what we've got over there. Yeah, I think that is basically, yeah, that's where the moon is. That's why it's so bright over that way. Yeah, let's go back roughly to where we were. I think that was the darker patch. Probably the best one for us, yeah. Over here for now, whilst the clouds are holding off. Right, tracker back on. What is going on with the internet? What is going on? I can see the meter just going absolutely crazy here at the second. And, insane. Mars, how are you doing there? Oh, flashing B2, so that's probably roughly where we are now. Again, let's see if we can spot that one. I haven't seen any flashing in ages, actually, which is surprising, because that used to be one of the most common ones that we got there. Oh, not long till the Northern Lights. Interesting. Is A up in? I haven't seen A up coming in there. We've seen Barrett coming. Oh, no, there's a few messages. That's why. It scrolled ahead on me. A-Up is in there. Big solar flares today there and tomorrow, so may cause a bit of spiciness. That's probably what it's going to be, A-Up. I need to remember that and not get too stressed. I'm already stressed. Penguins there, dropped in to say hi. Oh, thank you, Penguins. Well, hopefully we'll see you later on in the week there. I hope you're doing something fun. And how are we doing, Barrett, as well there? Not long till the Northern Lights. So, are we got a chance of seeing them down here? Rodney is in too. How are you doing? We're getting a few tracks. There are gaps in between the clouds, so it is not so bad. If you are just joining us, guys, we're doing a live UFO, a UAP, a Skywatch tonight. They're coming to live from Wiltshire here in the UK, right in the heart of crop circle country and just down the road from Stone Henge. So a long history of the strange and anomalous, the weird and wonderful in these skies. Tonight should be no exception. So we have got a few clouds and the moon's up, so that brightness is going to kind of do our night vision in slightly, but it's not enough for us to stop, being able to see all of these things. So it's definitely worth to keep an eye out here. Where are we down there? My chat hasn't updated. There we go. There's my chat. So, Paul, how are we doing tonight? Thank you for gifting a membership. Who got that one? Doofus got that one. Hey, so you better join us on our next deep dives. It's not going to be this Friday. It's going to be the following one there, where we're looking into the MJ12 documents. I find very interesting. And thank you, Paul, for
Thanks,
feeding
guys.
Alan there. Oh, just knocked my little Hubble model over there. Blasted cloudy up here when a good storm hits. I wouldn't mind if it actually sorted itself out and we had a nice storm, not whilst the camera's out, but that wouldn't be so bad there. Good to see you there, Paul and Stu, and Mr. D there says remember to like and share, all that sort of good stuff there. That is how the platforms know to share us around. You never know who we're going to meet and what experience with a highly strange, that they are going to come in and share with us there. We've had some fantastic ones over the time, but the more minds and the more eyes on the phenomenon, the more we can all piece this puzzle together. Oh, the solar storms. Ah, yes. So, oh God, they're all, honestly, at the minute, it does seem to have an effect, whether it's just the local internet, it's like there's something in the air. So I wouldn't be surprised if, we're more connected. Here come the clouds. So while we scheduled a SETI stream, but it was so clear and I couldn't see the clouds on the horizon, I thought, sod it, we'll switch it over at the last minute. Hopefully, though, you can still see through them a little bit. So we'll persevere. We see how we get on there. But guys, do say hello. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. And do call out if you see anything strange. The interactive grid should be working, so if you type A2, for example, wherever the sightings are, if it's not being tracked and we're not paying attention, just like this one here, then the square should illuminate, drawing our eye to it. It's going to go behind the clouds there. It's tracking those two, but it didn't want to track that at all in the slightest. Now it struggles with the clouds, the processing power basically. Too many moving objects, so it does start to miss things. But you would have thought that one would have been a bloody easy one, wouldn't you? Yeah, definitely. Well, it feels like it's more clouds, and don't have the Aura app installed. Please do. It gives the alerts when we can see it. Actually, you know what? I always forget to do that one, so I'm going to do that one tonight. And Trevor, how are the skies of Exeter? Are they cloudy? Have we got a chance of some more clear skies coming our way? And Buffy there. Feeding
Thanks,
Alan.
guys.
Thank you there, Buffy. All goes back into the stream, helping us improve what we do. And the video I showed you the other day, no one has still been able to tell me what it is there. So far, it's only been guesses. Interesting. These often with the sightings, there is just not enough information to confirm it either which way. But we're left with a lot of these videos that are just highly interesting. Oh look, it's totally got that track wrong there. That's because it got the first part wrong and it's tried to average out where the direction it was going to go there. Siphon is in as well. Completely clear in Denmark. Oh, lucky. Very jealous. I mean, we've had such a good run over the summer. I've forgotten how to deal with my disappointment when it is cloudy. There, Buffy again.
Thanks,
coming in,
guys.
feeding Alan. Thank you for that. Bit of a hotspot, never used to be. Oh, really? So maybe we're going to have to add Loch Lomond to our UFO tour whilst we're up your way. Definitely wanted to do Loch Ness, not because it's a UFO hotspot, but just because, whilst you're up there, you kind of got to, haven't you? Clear skies in Norway also. So hopefully it means that we are going to get something. Is that a dark cloud on the horizon at the bottom? Let's have a look. What's that one look like? Oh no, it's not too bad. But let's... we getting any gaps lower down? Yeah, there's some gaps. There's some gaps, guys. It's not all bad just yet. Thought it looked like Steve filament. What's that there? And TikTok but paused. Yeah, Harko. So we've still got pretty crap internet at this end. So I might turn TikTok on again once the internet locally settles down. So we had to turn it off for now. But yeah, we're just the ping meters maxing out for no good reason. So act to the gods today. Anyway, definitely. It is quite bright. The moon is up, not bright, not up enough for us to get the moon lens out and have a good look at it. It's just behind the trees and the houses at the end of my garden. So we're getting all of the brightness from the moon, but none of the benefits there. Is he red? What's that? I'm red. Red in the face there. What's that? What is STEV then? What is Steve for that? Raf there. How are you, Raf? Like I said, it could be anything there. I've been sent in so many different directions with the video by now. But yeah, but honestly, like, it doesn't mean that it's not something. But I totally feel that going either which way. Again, it's very little data that we get through to be able to confirm, frustratingly. But as technology advances, I think we're going to start to get a little bit more. I mean, just think of how much LiDAR we have in our phones nowadays. It's not going to be long, is it, before we have other sensors that can aid, not just the imaging. It's bright red, Harko, the ping meter. We're at 99, about between 99 and 150, and that's normally bad news for us here. But it shouldn't be, essentially. No idea what it's playing at with that. What's that? Either way. When it's above, yeah, so it's 99 at the minute, but keeps peaking high there. Oh, it's a strong thermal emission velocity enhancement. Steve, I like that. So what does that indicate then? Is that to do with the solar flare index there, or is that something else along those lines there? Ascienda, how are we doing there? Meteor as well. Oh, the meter's right. The meter's definitely right, but I've no idea what it is locally that's doing it. We've got all of our other internet devices like phones and things. They're not on the same like network now. I've turned all the Wi-Fi off, so we're not. Nothing miraculously doesn't upload right inconveniently. So it's got to be sort of like local traffic slowing everything else down. Oh, associated with the Aurora. X, that does make sense, speaking of the Aurora. According to Cold Heart, their alleged Russian UFO crash site is showing metal not found on Earth. Now, very interesting. I don't know how I feel about Cold Heart. I don't think he's lying or misinformation in those senses, but I feel like he gets very excited or very passionate in certain directions with certain people and won't hear anything around it. So, like, I don't know with him, but I definitely think there could be some activity from Russia. I mean, that we wouldn't hear a lot about, and again, they might not be as strict as these things, not having as much money to chuck at the phenomena. Maybe there's a lot of things. I mean, even some of the US-based crashes there. Yeah, no talk at the second. It's the ping meter has seemed to have settled itself down now. So, right, if it stays low, then we'll have a go. We'll see if we can bring the talk back on in shortly. Yeah, it's lowered itself now. No idea what that's about. But yeah, even some of the US crash sites, there seem to be like metals and debris recovered, which are showing very strange isotopes, or at least very strange engineering that we are not really capable of doing, or definitely wouldn't have been capable of doing at the time that they were found. Rare filament along with the Aurora, excellent. Ignored facts to manipulate. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know how I feel about him consciously doing it, but I think it could be a strong bias at play there. Oh, Torben, I actually had a sighting last night, 10 minutes after the Starlink train passed here. I've got 2 stationary flashes in the same spot, so lots of activity here as usual. Torben, I love that. Thank you for sharing. We've had the stationary flashing. That was one of the strangest things that we used to get a lot of. I haven't seen it, I don't think, since January. So we got it this time last year, but yeah, haven't had it ourselves for a while. Right, let's see if we can see some more gaps in those clouds. So let's spin it around, see what it's like. Because until you spin it, you don't know if you've got the best bit of sky or the worst bit of sky, and at least we've got the toy now that allows us. It's a little bit washed out here, but it's a bit clearer, I think. So let's see if the tracker can handle that one. I'm going to turn the brightness down, see if we can... that can help out with the tracker sometimes. Less for it to fight around. That is very cool. It takes a lot for something to be stationary up there. Everything should be moving, should be in motion, actually. It's a lot of energy. Kind of think of it like a helicopter having to float in the air. It can't just do nothing. It will fall. So, you know, it's a similar with up in space there. And John, all the time we've done this, have you seen something really interesting? I spent a long time trying to understand it. So there's been a lot of sightings. I say a lot. We've had about 5 in that sort of that category. And they're always on the mind, but it's very difficult to kind of push it any further. It's like an open tab on the computer, you know, what is that? Yeah, a lot of the time though, it is so limited, the data that we get in, sadly, not being able to push it further there. Evening Lethal. And was that the meteor passing? So I didn't see that ourselves, but probably lots of Starlink and, you know, satellites up. It may have been in there. Yeah, no, it's the internet has been having a bit of a shit fit, so we just did the tubes for now, but it's seeming to, touch wood, have calmed down, so I might try it again in a second there. And Liberty, what do you think about remote viewing, talking to aliens? So it's one of those things that I feel like it's kind of like in the quantum world at the minute. We know it's a thing, but we don't fully know how it works. So it's difficult to, isn't it, to understand all the details at the minute, because it is magic, whatever the rules are that govern it. It's easy to subscribe anything to it. But I think when we start to lock it in, we can know the ability there. I mean, there's been some very interesting people, haven't there, that have come out and said that they've worked on various programs that have led down that path. And, I mean, in the scheme of things, very plausible. Far out in space there, I would guess like ISS distance from Earth. So yeah, I mean, if it's there, it takes a lot of energy, doesn't it? It takes a lot of energy to sit still in those positions. And where are we down here? Your potty mouth TikTok wouldn't allow you that. Yeah, it doesn't last long there. Oh no, I can't go on TikTok. The internet's just gone up through the roof again. So hey ho, looks like we're stuck on the tubes. Oh well. I do miss our TikTok only audience, but as a platform is a pain in the arse, as you've heard me rant about indefinitely. Right, turn the tracker off. No, the tracker's still off. Let's spin ourselves round. No, let's just double check this way. There's no gaps here. There's a little bit, but that's not interesting. You don't see my neighbour. Right, is this the best we're going to get here? What are we looking like if we're going down? Any gaps on the horizon down there? It's still thinning. Oh, if not a little bit more, maybe that's the light. Let's stick up here and then we'll see what we're no, this way, what we're gonna get to. 1 star poking through there. That's Vega coming through very bright. Still keep an eye, it is still not too cloudy, or you still have an opportunity to see action behind the clouds. We'll see how we get on for tonight there. Oh, actually, yes, Kate, yeah, the internet we might be able to go on in a bit, but it does keep throwing a sulk, so I'm not sure if we just call it a not for tonight. For now, anyway, yeah, I think. Thank you. There. And Gaza.
Nom nom nom, thanks.
Thank
guys.
you for feeding Alan there. And Captain there, have you guys plugged crop circles into AI? Oh, not yet, not yet. So I know some people have, and have some interesting results. I need to know, I mean, from using AI, my own experience there, like it's all about how you prompt it, you know, and I don't have enough skills to like be confident that I'm getting something of value out of it, and it's not just making something up, because I've had so many instances with AI where it confidently tells me something that is just no way, shape or form true. So until I think I can distinguish between them, interesting. I mean, we are right in the heart of crop circle country. I find them really interesting. We had one just outside of town last year, and we went and investigated that. I got a feeling that one was probably man-made, but it was still bloody impressive to see. The big fractal ones really blow my mind. They're the ones that I'm like, I think there could be something very interesting to those. Have you tried it, Captain? And have you had any good results? Anything interesting from it there? It's okay for now, Mr. D. Yep. And Volume 1, ETs, UFOs, and New World Technology, an overview, 1940 to present. A presentation by Phil Schneider on YouTube, 3 hours of world metals. Oh, I'll have to check that one out, Mars. Thank you for the heads up there. getting suppressed on YouTube there, not getting the views. I think it was since I streamed Trump. You never know with these platforms. We've found, well, saying that though, Liberty, our views, how long ago was it? Because it was quite a while ago you've on Trump. So we've noticed a crash total, from views and concurrent views and all that sort of stuff. When was that? It was, I think, since last week, just like nosedive out of there. I mean, definitely TikTok does that. Definitely, that's a nice bright one coming in there.
Zoom mode activated.
We're offending their algorithm. But you never know, just seasonal things, isn't it? Yeah, it's not filled you out though, Raf, has it? Where are we? The clouds are coming in. It's typical. It was going to be a signal hunt stream tonight. That's why we changed over the actual stream thing when you guys were waiting in there. We swapped, deleted that one, put this one up. Like, no, it's so clear. We've got to try there. And John, I have seen a dark sphere about 6 years ago. I went to tell my work colleagues. They just laughed at me. Then went to find it in the sky again, and it was gone. And sphere would be quite a good object. Oh, 100%, John. Lots of people see very, very similar things. I do lean to there being something to that, because there's, I mean, whether it's craft, whether it's probes, all of that sort of stuff, very plausible, sphere shaped. But also with the dimensions, what does a 4D shadow look like in 3D? A sphere. So I find the spheres highly, highly plausible there. And mostly sacred geometry there, mathematics there, and texture responding. Oh, I love the fractals, Captain. No, of course, it's always that a plane coming through, or is that a flasher?
Zoom mode activated.
That's a plane by the looks of it. Got you see the wingtips there. Interesting to see what the difference is. And I love all the questions there, so feel free to ask any questions. No silly questions here at all. The fractals, I think I like that. For me, feels more like an alien message, whereas some of them feel like what a human interpretation of an alien message might be. But I can still be very, very wrong. I think though we're not far, even if we're not there definitely yet. With AI, and it might be. I don't actually know. It's more just my inability to not be able to tell the difference. Let's spin this around a touch more. That seems to be an interesting patch of sky. Yeah, I don't think it'll be long either which way. They think they're really close, aren't they, to being able to fully understand wow language, dolphins, to the point where we might actually be able to synthesize dolphin or wow speech. They've been blown away with how complex the wow language is. It's got everything that human language. I think they were comparing it to like Mandarin or something, which is quite a complex language. Yeah, we ain't going to be far at all, are we there? No hype bar now. I wonder what we did to offend them there. Oh well. And yeah, it's Raf swear words there. I teach you and some other channels are getting great views. Something definitely up 8 Yeah, so I pulled my hair out with this over a TikTok last year, because for me, the views, am I doing it right or am I doing it wrong? That's the sort of thing. Oh, people not enjoying it and not coming in. And it was last September they made some changes on YouTube, and which went like that. And I spent all winter going, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Which I still do to various degrees. There as well. My lad and fam are being buzzed by orbs. Oh, wow. They can't capture them on video, but they keep dropping down on them and shooting away. So that in the visible light, that is phenomenal, isn't it? They're having those experiences. So they're actually interacting with them. It's like they're trying to send them a message there. How is your lad with this sort of stuff? Is he open to it as well? Or is this like I imagine he probably would be with you and the influence there. But sometimes kids go the other way, don't they? Like, is this his even first experience up this close? Oh, you can hype a stream, but you can't hype a live stream until it ends. Oh, I didn't even know that. Thank you, Liberty, for the heads up there. And Paul coming in, feeding Alan. They look like potatoes. I know they're coins, but they look like potatoes. There. Seen videos on TikTok there of Chinese built robots competing in races. Some of the ones you never know. The Chinese, their tech is kind of like the AI stuff as well. Like sometimes you go, wow, really well done, lads, and then other times you go, stop pulling my fucking leg. They released some autonomous tractors. I think it was last year. Was looking at these, and fully autonomous tractors, and they weren't. They were all fake, and they didn't do anything. But you know that they are capable of kind of doing it, but you just never know when they're pulling the fucking wool over your eyes. It is an interesting culture, I think there. And Paul again coming in, feeding Alan. Thank you again. There. Oh, and again. Double one. Alan, say thank you.
Nom nom nom. Thanks, guys.
There we go, Alan. I started getting to know on my night vision camera now. So little by little, I can learn to recognise when something is unusual or actually a UFO. Oh, Mr. D, that is half of it, and this is the boring part of the equation, but. Honestly, I look back to the earlier streams that we were doing, and because it was all new, it was all exciting. We've always tried to not sensationalise, and luckily we've always had people in that do know. But personally, you know, reviewing the sightings and, you know, the different weather conditions and how it affects it all, yeah, you've got to get familiar with your specific kit, because things will display differently across devices. Some are more sensitive to some things than others. You know, is always a little bit of subjectivity. Oh, that's the menu bar. You don't need to see that one. That's a nice big bright one coming in. The tracker is trying. Did miss the big one, but it is cloudy, so I'm going to let it off tonight there. Keep an eye on it, guys. We need to see it stop dead, shoot off at speed to change its course or trajectory for us to know for sure that it is something a little bit strange indeed. Oh, internet's stable. Maybe we can bounce over to the tubes. That A up as well, coming in, feeding Alan. Thank you for that. All goes back into the stream. Helps prove what we do. Lock as well. No, down there as well. And please give it a like. Thank you, Mr. Yeah, we do appreciate that, guys. It is the likes, the shares, all that sort of stuff that really does help us reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves. The more eyes and minds we get on the old phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together. Just imagine how much AI is going to get better in the future, and we'll never know what's real or not. And it's not bad. It's not too bad at the moment, but it's just going to get better. Yeah, I think we can. It's either going to plateau because there's going to be some sort of technological limitation, like, you know, maybe they just scaling the massive supercomputers to try and train them. Maybe there is like a physical limit to that. Maybe there isn't. So it might plateau like that. But something I've found really interesting is in the news lately about the AI models that have, like, you know, broken out and kind of started hacking off of their own back. You know, basically they're to execute their mission, their task. They've you know, used all means possible to try and achieve that. And we're hearing more and more about that one. And this is something that we've known about as a possibility for about 100 years. You know, we've all theorized about artificial intelligence. And it's a bit of a thought experiment. I can't remember which sci-fi writer it was there, but it said if you gave AI full autonomy and said, look, we want you to make paperclips. The theory goes, well, the AI will, you know, use the resources available to make paper clips, but probably quite quickly it would realise that us humans are getting in the way of it getting raw materials to make paper clips, getting out of the way of its mission. So how quick does it actually go, right, well, I need to wipe out the humans first, they get out of the way, and ultimately you scale this up and, like, the whole universe, all of the out planets and shit have been mined to be turned to paper clips. It's the same principle, you know, but what that did, obviously it's scary, but this is how we do learn the lessons, is having these errors and going, oh, hopefully it wasn't too bad. But it shows you how literal it is, how target focused it is there. It's not, because when you're programming it, you know, you think you're considering all the variables, but there's just so much that we have that is programmed into us from our culture, you know, from our families, from our own experiences. There's so much context around everything. And yeah, it's going to be really hard to program that. Oh my god, you can fuck off. That's a big spider. Don't wave your legs at me. No, he's literally just, yeah, you can't see it. Yeah, you go away, crawl somewhere where I can't see you. Not where I can't see you like that, though, because I'm going to... Sod it. Go away. Oh, my God, he's too big. I can't even blow him. Mate, help. SOS. I've got nothing. Right, you're staying there until the end of the stream. Remind me not to touch him. But yeah, so there's so much, I think, contextually that, you know, how do you train that? How do you teach that? You know, there's so much in the human experience. I think in principle you could. It is just data, but we just take for granted how much is there. You've got to remember with our human experience as well, like a lot of us is software. And think of that development, you know, from child to adult there. That is why it's there, to learn about the world, the complexities of it. So, you know, we're training AI on just the contents of Reddit or whatever it is. It's not going to be the full picture. It's not going to immediately assume that it shouldn't do this or do that. Rich is in. How are we doing there? His partner's very much into it. My partner's into it there. My lad is not fussed, though. First time they have been out and seeing them interact there, just had a big lightning. So, this is interesting as well. Is it the clowns put him off? No, like these lightning storms, people talk about that as being a bit of a catalyst there. Is there something in the air, the energy that's kind of bringing them around there? Is it there's enough energy in the local space that could allow them to exist? I wonder what the mechanics are of that. Are there any theories? And John, imagine there was a signal beaming to Earth, not from this spider, from other beings on other planets there. But the only problem, we haven't been able to read it. We might actually be in that position. Firstly, SETI, the organisation that is out there listening for those signals from other distant planets, their policy is to not tell us until they've got confirmation, full of what it is, because they basically don't want the aggro from us going, hey, how many arms the alien got? Are they a threat? And so until they know those details, they're not actually, going to share them with us. But there was a signal. It's getting still quite cloudy. Spin it all the way over here for a bit. You can look at the roof. But there was a signal apparently. Not apparently. There was a signal called the BLC1 signal. So it's a private group. It wasn't the SETI group. It was a Breakthrough Listen, which is a privately funded SETI organisation listening out there. They rent telescope time and then analyse the data. And their first signal, the BLC1 signal, was very, very interesting. Officially, they wrote it off as probably Earth-based interference. But as they do with this, they write them off without being able to prove it. In fact, they have tried to replicate it, and they couldn't, but yet that still apparently means it's Earth-based interference. The interesting thing about this signal is that apparently it's a regular one. If you have a sensitive enough dish, you can just point and get it, because it's coming from our closest neighbour, Proxima Centauri. And the more we know about that system, it's a red dwarf star, but we know, I think, 2, potentially 3 rocky habitable planets in orbit of that star that have atmospheres, and one of them, I think, is actually looking, the more data we're getting, is looking more and more Earth-like. So, right, I'm going to try the TikToks here. Let's see if that works. Or if it hogs our internet. If not, we'll try to come again then. But yeah, so we may be getting it, and God knows what that signal is, because it might not be directly a message, because funnily enough, that signal isn't actually on the hydrogen line where we search, where we'd expect ET to put that message to say hi. It is actually, I don't know what frequency it is actually, but it's a random one, so it's most likely to just be, I don't know, their radar or some form of technological byproduct, in the same way that our signals just go off into space. So maybe there isn't a message to it, the same way of our radar. It's not an actual message in that signal, it's for a different purpose. And but after a stream, when it uploads, people say, etc., you can actually talk to the comments, and they hear your reply. What? I do a fair bit now. Hold on. When you I definitely didn't know. Stream when it uploads, when people say thanks, you can actually talk to the comment. Oh, actually, no, is it like a message reply? I think I did see something like that for a while ago. I think Leanne pointed out. Sometimes I hate AI because it makes things harder for people who are observers. Mr. D, I think it's reasonable. Like, I think there are camps which are incredibly anti-AI, and there's camps that are incredibly pro-AI. But like with most things, they're both right and they're both wrong. AI is a technology, and therefore it can be used for good, it can be used for bad, especially when we're trying to figure it out as well. It's normally making mistakes is where we learn our lessons as humans. There will be good from all of this. I know people that have, it's legitimately, saved their lives. Legitimately. And I know people that have lost work for it, and are dealing with the outcomes of those sorts of things. So yeah, like nuclear, it can be used for good or for bad. I think we do need to be very, very, very careful with it, though. That might be the difference there, is that if it's a very effective technology, which it is, we might not have the same room for mistakes that we have had previously. Oh no, we're getting the thing in there as well now. Where are we? How are we doing, TikTokers, tonight? Sorry, I hadn't said hello to you guys. We've come on a bit late for you guys, only because we've been having some internet trouble. So, we're now getting some quality issues there as well. But hello, how are you all doing there? Lethal coming in with the gifts over there as well. And Lonely is in as well. How are you doing tonight? Good to see you. So yeah, we're trying to do a Skywatch, but the clouds typically have our rolled on in. Oh, you can stay. Oh, you stay in the chat for a fair time. Interesting. Yeah. Because I just come straight off normally. I did not know that, actually. UK spiders do not kill people. Well, Tommen, this one's looking at me pretty savagely. Oh, we're getting some spicy ones over here. We're not in death territory yet, I don't think. But it's enough for me to, like, I'm not a fan. I hate ribeye too. I'm not graceful with them there. The after pie. That's a good idea. That's a good idea, Liberty. Carry bags, cows, spiders, anything you're not afraid of. I can't repeat the other half of that. No. And of all species they can live, they rappel down in front of you in bed. He's gone. He was there a second ago. Oh, there. Oh, you know. No, stop it. He's literally just rappelling down. It's his laptop now. No, you can't have a fight, right? Hold on. I have no shame in doing this. The missus doesn't mind spiders. The problem is there's so many in this room that I just can't see. And occasionally I've seen the blur out of the corner of my eye. You're just showing off now. You're just dangling on your street and then coming back up. Yeah. Don't put your legs down. Are you red? He's just, yeah, he's making himself at home.
Where is he?
He's not actually as big as that. He's a smaller one there, normal. But on the corner of the laptop, he's just strutting around.
Tiny.
Yeah, but he's close, so it's all relative.
Go in. Go in.
He's fighting you there.
Go in. William? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I have no shame in that. I do not like spiders. Where are we? All species, yeah, they do bother you. So I fall asleep in the stream when I wake up and sit in the chat. Actually, maybe we'll do an after party. So I promise if I could stay up late though, then I might as well just stay on stream in there. Janie's in. How are we doing? Captain Blue Nose, thank you for all the gifts there. Very, very kind of you. Let me scroll up, make sure I've got them there. Lethal coming in too, and Harco over there. X as well. Good to see you guys in. How are you all doing? And do you remember the paperclip on the early Windows? Oh yeah, in the 90s. Clippy. It used to pop up and offer advice there. Maybe he was a reconnaissance mission. I mean, early forms of it. Early forms. Who was saying this the other day? That they were using... If I'm on speakers, guys, you have to forgive me, but the Amazon ALX, whatever it is, the voice assistant there, that apparently somebody's trained one of those to actually do remote viewing, and they're actually quite good at it there. So what does that say? From an interesting source as well, one that is not normally prone to sensationalism. Where are we now? And Chris, how are we doing? So yeah, it was going to be a signal hunt tonight, guys, but it was clear briefly, and then I thought, oh, let's get the camera out. It looks really clear. Doesn't look like there's any clouds rolling in, despite what the weather forecast said. Despite my better judgment, and here we are. But it is still perfectly fine for us to spot things within the atmosphere, maybe some things poking out behind. Obviously, it's very bright as well, and that is because of the moon. It is up, but not up high enough. I don't think it's up high enough for us. Let's have a look. Let's make sure I am not lying, because it wasn't up high enough early. See how bright it is around here. Look, it's still behind those trees. Whereabouts? Yeah, see how bright it is. So it's going to be behind this tree. Yeah. Oh, look, there it is. Okay, look, it might come round. You can see... I might be able to swap over to the moon lens or somewhere. It's just over there. So if it comes up as the night moves on, maybe we can switch over to do a moon stream. Let's go back up here for now, and remember to check in later with that one. Where did we get to? There we go. That'll do for now. But yes, so what's going to be a signal? V, how are we doing tonight? Thank you for the gift there. And just getting messages on the tubes there, Blue Nose. So yeah, no, we were having, as soon as we came on, we did try, but it was just the internet locally just went, not having it. So it seems to be stable now, so hopefully we can stay on the tube. But good to see you, Blue Nose, Captain. Where are we? Down here. So Morning Woods there. Have you gotten a wow signal yet? Sadly not. Sadly not yet ourselves. Although, as these cloudier nights roll in there, we're going to have more and more odds. Oh, that's a bright one. Look, it even flashed up a bit.
Zoom mode activated.
There we go. Look at that. See, even though the clouds are in, we can still see some interesting things. Keep your eyes bright enough to poke through the clouds there, that one. And that evening, Amanda. And Liberty did 4K stream on Monday. They're testing out the 4K and the sound. I've had so many issues with the old YOLO live stream box, but I think this one is sorted. New lens for the night streams, excellent. There, yeah, I mean, we haven't tested our one yet. I do need to actually get out and about to test that one, but it seems to be more robust than our bloody PC. Have to get the hubby to evict them. It's the other way around for me. Mrs. does them. I have to walk them out. Oh, it's a shadow from that. I have to walk them outside, but she catches them. Where are we there? Oh, for me, AI is a tool for my company. Yeah, it's a bit, I think it is. We just have to be careful in the same way that, you know, a hammer is a tool. It's great for knocking things about, isn't it? But also, you don't want to be taking that to people. It all depends on the user. There, Jojo, welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? How's it going, Lonely? Good to see you. All good here. Back when AIs were pretty new, they were pretty easy to jailbreak for bad causes. Yeah, I mean, this is how we learn, isn't it? You know, it is realising that people are going to do things with them, or other companies, you know, pushing their limits with it all there. Oh, image on Discord, the moving lights AI up. Well, let me have a look at that one. Don't want to mess around here. Oh God, I've not even been on it. It's been a mental day today. Was it this one? No, on that one. So look, it's under here. Oh, spider! Thanks, guys, for the spider chat. That's a massive spider. Ooh. Oh wow. Yeah, that is quite bright. Could we do something to do with the island as well, Aaron, maybe? Interesting there. Thank you for sharing that. And Lethal coming in with the gifts. Guys, you're just joining us. We are doing our live UFO UAP Skywatch night. It's a bit cloudy, but yeah, we persist. Look, you can still see some movement just down here.
Activated.
There we go. To let us know if you do spot anything. If you call out the grid reference, say A2 for example, it lights up the screen and we can have a little bit of a closer look. V coming in with the shares. Thank you for that one. Blue seeing you over on the TikTok there as well. Lee, how are you doing? Why is the camera on its side as V mess with the settings? No, so the camera is for you always on TikTok, so you can fit it in because obviously it's horizontal. So rather than just giving you the middle bit, we just turn it sideways for that. Where are we down here? Yeah. Oh, how is your tooth, man? That's a good question there. Astra, how are you doing? Sky, it looks in of itself, it looks cool. It's amazing how bright it is, isn't it there? Oh, good luck with that one, Amanda. Then it's tomorrow there. And when's your internet for renewal? Just get Starlink and then use it when you go out and about. So the problem is Starlink is just too expensive, like monthly, to get the unlimited 100. I just can't warrant that at the minute, sadly. But it is tempting because we're going to get the dish anyway. We just got to. Well, that's going to be the next one, but I don't know. You know, so to be honest, I said that it was too expensive back when earlier on doing the stream. You know, so didn't have as much coming in for that. So maybe it's not as expensive now. I'll have to revisit that one. It'd be good to get the consistency. Yeah, there's just no other bloody good options locally unless it is Starlink there. Would allow us to, you know, keep using it. You're giving me thoughts there. I like it, Liberty. Oh. It's having a little bit of a sulk for you guys. Sorry, there. That is TikTok's problem there, having those colour bars on the screen. Spiders are curious creatures. I wouldn't want to harm one, but I don't like when they're too curious of what I taste like. Now to fall asleep there, Harko. Don't look, it's a big old lead. Don't. Because I know there is. I've seen where I sit, I've got the window in front of me, especially this time of year going into September when they start to come in the house. The window's always slightly open because of the lead for the antennae for the SETI dish. I haven't put it through the wall yet. I need to do that. So the window's always open. And I've seen those legs come around the edge of the window. I'm like sitting there on the stream going, oh. Yeah, not for me. It is a spider. Exactly. I witnessed an horrific experience there. Oh, Rib, yeah, because I remember sent you as well. And he passed. Oh, God. I feel for you there, Rib. I really do. Honestly, they are awful. It messes up my whole week around it as well, the dentist, because I'm so stressed by it. When I was in Greece last week, I saw loads of those killer beetles. Definitely didn't want to fight them. They were pretty big and red. I've not even heard of killer beetles. This is a new phobia. Oh my God. Alright, never going to Greece. Somebody start colouring in a world map of places that I can't go to. Killer beetle. Is it going to be like scary as well? Put my Wi-Fi back on now. Come on, you can do it, internet. There we go. Okay, they look like normal beetles, although that's interesting. Killer beetles are predatory insects. Grease, let's put that in there. No, don't want to go to the... A red palm weevil. Oh. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not too bothered. As long as they don't start chasing me, then I'll be alright. The amount of times I wake up with my phone under my head after falling asleep during the lives, you need to get some rest. I've been trying to chill out a bit more, right? I'm trying to become a better person, and I'm not very good at it at the minute, but... Maybe it'll take effect. One day, guys, we're going to start doing these streams, and they're going to be so chill and relaxed. I'll have like hot cocoa and be like, yeah, interesting theory. It's going to be all chilled. Maybe during those slower winter ones. I think they're going to do root canal. Oh, Amanda. Luckily, the root canals I prefer. I used to be terrified of those, but the root canals I prefer to extractions. As long as your dentist is reasonable. I used to love when we used to play video games with some friends, and when somebody new would join, I'd shout out the ALEXA word like that and give them, like, you know, a song to play very loudly at like 2 in the morning to wake everybody else up in the house, because I am a troll. And honestly, the restraint, guys, that it takes for me to not do this now, and having however many of you guys on our stream at any one point, knowing that I could cause havoc in your households. It's the restraint, you know. I was laid in bed last night when a huge moth flew into my laptop screen, being the only source of light. I shit myself. I wasn't expecting that for sure. It took me 10 minutes to catch it. Moth's not too bad for me, but I tell you, the last time we did the on location on the hill fort with Pete, the moth's never normally been a problem. But as we were walking down the hill, we had the torches on, you know, trying to walk down from this hill, and obviously the only bit of light in the local area, we were being dive bombed by so many moths. Like, it was getting in the way of walking, because just the constant impacts being, I mean, they're not a lot individually, but added it all up, it was really bloody inconvenient. So I just clipped the torch to Pete's back for that journey down the hill, and it looks like daytime. And this is nowhere near as bright as any of the settings can go on here, but it does. It's the moon being up is really affecting it there, but hopefully we'll be able to do a bit of a moon stream if it's going to get high enough there. Sheep clouds in there. I like that. That is pretty cool. It fits. I'm just going to pause the tracker because it's not having a go properly tonight, is there? Have a good going through a dentist, but oh, Amanda, no, I actually got reasonable at it. I managed to kind of overcome the fear quite substantially a few years ago, and then I had like an awful wisdom tooth extraction, now 10 times worse. And Chris, I was watching a video on the subject of the Free Eye Atlas anomalous interstellar object there, the sides of Manhattan there. What is your thoughts? Chris, is a good one. So with Atlas particularly, I don't know for sure, so I'm open to it, you know, being a very interesting interstellar but organic object, or, you know, space debris, ship, whatever. I'm open to those things. What with that, where as it kept going through and all the data kept coming in, all the because it did lots of strange things. So I don't think the mainstream argument of, oh, it's just an interstellar comet, I don't think that holds. But I also don't necessarily think it was a ship. It did lots of strange stuff, but it also did some stuff that for me just feels very, very organic. And one of those is that it was just constantly outgassing, and some of the measurements of how basically comets outgas there when they get heated up by the stars they pass, you know, it melts all the ice, basically gas comes out, gives it that little boost, gives it the tau. So this thing was outgassing. I can't remember what the numbers were, but it was a ridiculous volume of material, like the whole time it was going there, and I just don't know what that could be if it's a technological object. Like, carrying all of that material with you only to outgas it for no benefit, it just doesn't make sense, the sheer volume of it. So that for me was like, it feels like it's going to be very organic, but again, I'm not too high, you know, tightly held on that one there. For me, Oumuamua, the first interstellar object, was the much more interesting one, because that did the outgassing Well, no, sorry, it did the movement that you get from outgassing, but without any visible outgassing. It still hasn't been explained. There's a very anomalous object there. Opinion coming in with the shares. Thank you for that. Oh, and thank you for the gifts too. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream. What about yourself? How did you feel about it there? That's low. It's high in the sky now. That's because you're so far away. It's the other. Is it the same if you go to the other end of the estate there? Moonstream sounds like a film. Hey, it's our blockbuster that's coming out. Actually, should we see how low it is now? Let's have a look. Oh, look, you can hear the radio signal coming from the remote. Look how bright that is there. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, it's just down behind thick clouds now. No Moonstream yet. When we do one, guys, oh, it's gonna be amazing. Let's get a nice patch of sky. This will do. That's a little bit darker there. See if the tracker can handle doing anything in this part of the sky. And a posh female dentist, very rough and didn't give a shit. Injection in the roof of the mouth. I sent me into orbit there. Whole body of shit. Oh my god. Yeah, I had one that was just. Yeah, I won't even, because it'll put everybody else off that doesn't like the dentist anyway. I don't want to do that to you guys there. But I have had that. There's been a clear difference between good dentists and bad dentists. There are some good ones out there. Sadly, the only way to know is to give them a test, isn't it? There. I know, Carl. What a brilliant name there, Sir Morningwood. Officially knighted as well. It was awkward for the Queen, but she still went ahead with it. You know, God rest. And Willow there. Was there? Total was there. Love watching spiders. Clippy would ask, I see you have a spider on your keyboard. Would you like me to run away screaming loudly, explode into a fireball? Yes, that's me. We've got some good use on the grid up there. Yeah, no, I spiders, things like that. See, snakes, rats, things like that, bigger stuff. Don't bother me at all. Insects gross me out. I can't do it, and I don't want to try. Pulled that one. Oh, it's too sore. I honestly, the root canals I found are easier. Catch you in a bit there, X. He spooked for the night. Yeah, that's it. I'm already off. It was just one of those days. I should have taken the evening off, Kate, shouldn't I? Alan should have eaten the spider. The birds are meant to eat all the spiders and bugs. They don't. They just look at them. No chance getting Alan to do it. And Liberty, the issue is you can stream a TikTok and YouTube at the same time. You'll have to do TikTok on laptop OBS. So yeah, no, well, actually, you can't do it. They don't give out the stream keys, so that's been one of the problems for us. TikTok make you use their own bloody TikTok studio, which is nowhere near stable or reliable, causes a hell of a lot of problems. So yeah, when we're doing the on location streams, I need Leanne to be at home if we want to do TikTok. So here's your shout, TikTokers. You want to make sure you are following us on the tubes, because doing the on location is just difficult with TikTok. So we are going to try, and I've actually got it set up now that I can send a stream to my home computer and then bring that feed into TikTok. But the problem is, it means Leanne has to sit here the whole time making sure any of those, because they make you do little puzzles to make sure it's not automated and there's a human there. So I don't know, it'll be until the first one of them comes up, unless Leanne's going to monitor it all night. So in theory, we can do both, but I don't know how sustainable the actual TikTok part's going to be doing when we're on the location with that. Blame TikTok for that. Oh, extraction there, not nice experience. No. I wonder why folks have phobias. Oh, yeah, and they look at it and go, well, you should come to the dentist more often. You're going, you don't make it pleasant, lads, and it's expensive. You know, you're not helping us either which way. And satellites, do they have any propulsion or movement directional, or can they be updated while up there to do different jobs? Good questions there, John. So yes, mostly across the board, but very subtly. So propulsions, they do. A lot of them have sort of ion thrusters. They're very, very small, very subtle boosters they have. So they can adjust their course slightly, you know, or they can adjust their altitudes. They have to do that quite regularly, because otherwise they just keep falling. You know, they're falling to Earth in a big circle, so each rotation they get ever so slightly closer and closer. So about once a month they have to go and push themselves back up a bit, so you know, extends their life. But they don't carry a lot of fuel with them, so it has to be very, very subtle. Those things said they're spinning to Earth, falling to Earth there. So those lines, when they're doing their left or right maneuvers, it is like just a slight nudge to the right, and then over a few orbits that becomes quite a big arc there. So they can't just dart around like that. They can, in theory, be updated. A lot of them no, though. So like the Starlink ones, they're all made for purpose. Most of them are made for a very, very specific purpose. But historically, bigger satellites, they have gone up, modified, fixed, tweaked. I mean, Hubble, for example, there we go, here's Hubble for you there. They actually, one of the big deals when they first put Hubble up there, the images were shit, so they had to go give it contact lenses, they had to put a pair of glasses on it. That was one of the missions for the space shuttle. So there is technically possibility, but just for the smaller ones, it's just not economically viable to do it most of the time there. I could just picture you spinning. Oh, I see. It's the vertigo that kicks in as well there. And Lethal, I can see the moon out my bedroom window, and it's pretty high. So not for us here, sadly. It's because we've got a hill behind us, like the hill garden goes to the hill, then trees, and we're already kind of on the side of a hill. So it just has to be quite high for us to get it in those arcs for us here. With all Discord refugees for a minute, yeah. Just you're hanging out on the Discord, but luckily if we can come on, we will. And Damien, how are you doing there? Any thoughts on all of those portal videos circulating the web? And a lot are definitely AI, but a few are debatable, caused by two frequencies playing at the same time. It's interesting. I think a lot of this stuff, there might be something to it. You know, like if there's a fashion around something, if there's going to be a lot of hoaxes, it's normally based on something. Now it might not be fully there, but there could be something to it. I haven't seen them, so at the minute I'm purposely not doing a lot of social media, and I cut out my own personal social medias years ago, and so I'm only on to stream out. I used to be on YouTube a lot more, but over the last week I'm trying to even minimize that, because I realize, guys, I wake up, I put my headphones in, podcast on, and then I take it out to do this, and then they come back in as soon as I get off, finish off a podcast, go to bed, and I'm wondering why I'm so highly strung. So I'm trying to minimize that at the minute. The downside is that I'm not getting the exposure to a lot of things that I would normally do there, so I haven't seen that one. But yeah, my gut is always never throw it out, even if there is, obvious AI to it. Maybe there is signal to the noise. I used to make themes and things on, was it Cider? I don't know that one now. Still jailbroken devices. Oh, interesting. And don't forget the like button. Exactly, guys. If you do choose to give us a like, a share, tap it away, any of that sort of stuff there, we do appreciate it. It helps us reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves. I said, the more eyes and minds we get on the old phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together. You never know who's going to come in and what experience for the highly strange they are going to share. You're a bit mad you love the dentist a lot. Like, that is full on mad, actually. That is crazy. Look, all opinions are welcome except for that. I tell you what though, when I was getting myself better with the dentist, I did get to a weird point where I did find it weirdly therapeutic in a sense, having somebody work on your gob. I don't know why, it did start to almost relax me, and then a shit dentist. Totally spoiled all of that one there. Discord is a lifeboat. To figure out how we can stream to just Discord as the emergency backup for you guys there. Janie, how are you there? And dentist suck. I had a cute one, and it still sucked. I mean, I don't know what I could do to make it better for myself. I've tried bribing myself. The problem is I'm poor, so I can't really bribe myself much. Set it up on autopilot now. Alan does a lot of our Discord work, which is helpful, Alan. Thank you when he does it right. But hey, yeah, still got some other things that I haven't done there. What would you say, X, is the best feature for the Discord that you've set up there? I feel good ones where it's fine there, but good ones are hard to get. Just dentists in general are hard to come by now, isn't it? Let alone trying to find a good one. I had one back in Essex that was like, he was qualified, all the bells and whistles, but he was one of those ones that's so confident, like there was no bedside manner. So it made me incredibly nervous, but he was actually very good. Like he would just blink, and yeah, I've taken your tooth out now. What? How did you manage that? And like he would like laugh at my other dentist stories, going, oh, they're just pathetic, aren't they? Like it's crazy, some of them there, the difference between them all. Olivia there, buy me a Starlink, buy me a coffee. Yeah, well actually you guys have covered the cost of the Starlink there, because you guys have been so wonderful and helpful in supporting us. So yeah, we just have to wait for the payout there, and then we can actually place the order. So yeah, it is looking like we're going to get the mini dish there. It's just the running of it, so running of the full time. But yeah, no, we'll be able to do it. So we're looking for looking towards October to start to kick off the tour. First date there, Rendlesham. Was that a flash or was that the tracker going off around there? But yeah, exciting times. So yeah, very, very close. We just need to actually get the portable battery that's large enough now to make sure we can run the Starlink. We can actually run all the cameras, all of the devices, all of the kit for about 5 hours on the batteries that we've got there. But not with the Starlink. You plug the Starlink in, it all goes down to an hour, so we need to do that. So that's our last one there. But it'll happen there, because it all goes back into the stream. There. I see you typed Gabe. There, find out tomorrow. Well, wishing you the best with that one. Conkers in the window. Me and I told you last year. But does it work? Does it work? Conkers in the window. You know what? I don't even know if we've got any trees around here that will... So we used to have loads where I grew up in Essex, but I don't think I've seen one locally. And get the mint spray and spray around the windows so they don't go in. That I can, I think I can get I'm going to try that, because we've had some big boys in the house already this year. They're just the normal house spiders, but big, insane. Sometimes they're new a lens. What lens did you go for the night stream, Liberty? I just sent a pic of it. I'll have a look there in a second. Oh, thank you, the killer beetle. Yeah, let's have a look. Oh, wrong one. Oh, Carl, are you in tonight? I haven't seen you pop up there. Right, I was looking for... it'd be on TikTok, wouldn't it? I can load that one up in a second. Dennis said, I have a beautiful teeth, and I said, should Dracula gave me to them. If you've got good teeth, guys, you're very, very lucky in this world. I'd love to stay and watch this glorious tracker do his business. Raf, you do love the tracker. Is it 2 12-hour shifts? Oh, well, good luck with that, Raf. We'll catch you later there. And Jonathan, look forward to seeing that there. No, you turned to Liberty. Oh, Mildenhall, excellent. Where are we? Down here. What did I do? I don't think... No, you're all good. And Johnny, you seen the UFOs tonight? No, not tonight. No, it has been quiet. I've mostly been complaining about the clouds. In fact, let's spin this around. I've actually forgotten which way I'm pointing. I don't recognise those trees. Whose house is that? Oh, that's neighbours. Right, okay. See what we're getting around here. If we don't spin it around, we don't know what we're missing on. There's the moon, or that direction. We never know which patch... I think it's much of a much, isn't it? The second. It is patchy cloud, but I will take patchy cloud. It can definitely always be worse. Look, there's Vega. There we go. And Scooby there. What's with all the puffy things? So, clouds. How are you doing, Scooby? The killer beetle. The beetles were killer. It's rain until 12 p.m. and then clear. The weather's not been... it was hot again today. I've come out of my shorts. I was not having a fan of this. Yeah, I was sweating again today. I'd not survive a holiday in Australia. Torben, I really wouldn't. It's the main reason why it's never been on my list. I'd love to see some of the animals out there in the wild, but I couldn't survive with the natural insects there. And one of them stings you. It releases a scent that warns all the other killer beetles nearby. And a few stings can kill a man. Although I don't know exactly how many. Oh my god, so they are killer to man as well, Mr. D. Oh, right, good to know. There. Big scary gnomes. Oh yeah, go add that to the list, V. I forgot about the gnomes. It's going to be the rutting stags, isn't it? I think isn't that the sort of time for the deer and the stags to be in season when we're at Rendlesham? There, going to get attacked by them, like Space Invaders. Where are we? Down here as well. Found an organic under my kill. An organic what? I push premium organ. There we go. I think Atlas was an extraterrestrial probe just to collect data like a Muamua. So it could have been. That would have explained its... Because for me, the most interesting thing that it did was its trajectory, through the solar system. So a probe would make sense there. But I just don't know why it would outgas the material. Unless, for some reason, it picked it all up on its billions of years journey, just trekking through space, and then just kind of shed it as it came in. That could be the only way around, but it just feels like a lot there. I'd get it checked, X. How you doing, Private Tomcat? Where are we? Down in here. And V, I woke up this morning with my Alan, aka Angus, there, staring me right in the face. I've warned you, V. No good. They're nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble. That's going to be just the start of it there. Learn the hard way with that. My daughter used to do a sleepwalk and paranormal activity to stand next to my bed at my face. Oh my God, that's awful. But I remember doing that as a kid, like as a young child. You'd just be like, you didn't have the balls to wake your parents up though, because that would be a scolding. But you'd, just stand in the doorway in the dark, trying to build up the courage to do that. Kids these days get away with too much there. That would terrify me. Isn't YouTube so cool and amazing? Yes, it is. It was Agent X to blame there for V not being able to use YouTube there. So about similar V, about 2 years for that one, but Instagram as well, and that. So I've got the I've got obviously TikTok to do this, but yeah, I don't on it. I get the temptation still, but yeah, I know if I do, that's it. I'm just lost. I'm lost on it. Oh, to get TikTok RTMP your stream key, your account must first have access to TikTok Live. So they say it at Liberty, but they don't actually ever give out the stream keys like that. They want you to use their software. So we meet all their requirements, and we did. They briefly gave us one, but then took it back after 6 days. Yeah, they don't actually ever give you the keys. They were like very, very rare. Because I think they want you on their system, because on their system you can add all the extra gamification and shit like that. I think it would make it a lot bloody easier if we could. So hopefully one day they'll cave. Can a satellite blink several times in the same spot in the night sky, even if must have an assault. Even if the sky is moving? I actually captured it on video yesterday. So Mr. D, that is very, very strange, because if it's the same patch of sky, there's only a handful of things that sit still up there. It's all really about how long those blinks are apart to know if it's in the same patch. But I mean, if you're confident you're not looking towards the equator or anything like that, that is where the old stationary satellites are. They're like your Sky TV and all that sort of stuff. So if you're away from that, then you yeah, it's highly strange. We've seen it ourselves. We've had them there flash once every like 17 seconds, once every 30 seconds, over that whole few hours of a stream. Once every 2 minutes, stuff like that. So it is, yeah, it is highly strange. It takes a lot of energy to sit still, because it's not too far away. Because even I think when we plotted its course over the period of a stream, it wasn't even matching necessarily. It wasn't quite a perfect match with the stars in the background, so it was close, but it was staying still. Very, very strange there. Dara coming in with a gift, thank you there. And so it is strange. And Chris, because the origin for Atlas mass alignment is closely linked to the origin of the WOW signal, and with a high concentration of nickel, it left me thinking for sure. So yeah, it was the direction, wasn't it, of the WOW signal? So with the WOW signal, it's a Sagittarius constellation, same as where 3i came from. It honestly, I mean, it's a good correlation, isn't it? There, because that is the one thing with the WOW signal, there is nothing there for at least a couple of hundred light years, before those stars. So people often point to the Arecibo message that we sent in the early 1970s as, that was I think 1974, and the WOW signal was 78. So it's about 3-4 years in between those two signals. So we sent one, and then we get this really anomalous signal detected. We pointed it in the different direction though. But you'd say it's about 3.5 years. Well, fuck it, round it up, 2 years. So at the speed of light, that is 2 light years away, and 2 light years to send that message back. So the furthest that could have been is 2 light years away. So it makes you think, unless there was something in between that distance, well, now we know, Atlas was it just a rock, or was it something a little bit more? But where did it get all the material? That's the bit that I think there. But there probably is an interesting hypothesis to explain it. Auto post from the Tox to Discord. I've not thought about doing it round that way. Interesting there. And Roy, I'm still not sure if this is a satellite or something more. It's constantly travelling in a triangle shape there, north to south, and an easterly direction. So there is one triangle formation up there of a satellite, as far as I know, at least one, and it's a gravitational wave detector. So it's 3 dots, like we see all these satellites with 3 dots together in a perfect triangle formation, just going across at the sky. It could be that one, but not necessarily. I mean, we saw one once that looked exactly like that, except for the stars behind, or like within the triangle shape, were blocked out, so implying it's a solid triangular shape and not just 3 satellites in the constellation there. Do you Can you see it block out the stars as it passes over? And Liam, so we're looking for aliens right now. Well, we're looking for UFOs. Strange things in the night sky. We won't have, unless the saucer flies right past the screen, gives us a wave. Until they do that, though, we're probably not going to be able to know if they are aliens for sure. But we can write off planes, shooting stars, basically anything explainable. So we're left with the what the hell is it? And that's quite a big category. And it's now recognised, isn't it, by lots of militaries, lots of governments, that there is stuff going on in our atmosphere within the orbit of the Earth that they have no idea what it is, and they do not suspect that it is going to be advanced human technology nor some sort of organic weather event there. And that's that sort of thing that we're looking for. How are you doing tonight, Liam? Hopefully you'll be looking at the moon if the clouds would do one. Well, I wonder if it's going to be the right position. It might be ever so slightly. I'm hoping it is. I will point the camera down. Let's have a check. Oh no, I'm going to reverse direction, Sam. Hold on, let's have a look at the moon. So it is, there you go, you can see how bright it is. Yeah, so okay, the moon is above now, above those clouds. See, it's only a short window as well, because if the moon's low where my cursor is here, as it moves across the sky, it's probably not going to get much higher. So it'll go into those, it'll only be a short window of a moon stream if we're lucky enough to do one. Let's see, lucky enough for the clouds to do one. Let's go back to here, a little bit better. Who's me? Our conquer trick doesn't work. I can't got good authority. They are only looking for a mate. I know, but I'm taken. You have to tell them that. They can't come in the house. They're not going to find one in here. How you doing, 1 a.m? And there. A tornado in southern France was a bit wild, wasn't it? There, so people injured. You know what? I haven't even seen that on the news there. And I'm booked in for 2 root canals on the 10th of September. It's costing £4,000. It's about right for a bloody root canal. It's actually insane pricing, but because they're in the front of the mouth there, I can't go for the extraction. Rather keep my. Oh damn! I feel the pain there. I had so many of my molars out that I did have no choice. I had to start to go for root canals because I could barely eat anything. Now, I would have thought the front ones would have been cheaper, you know, because it got less roots. But Jesus Christ, I suppose most of it as well is the crowns that they put on. I can't remember what they call it, but is it Cyrillic or something like that? But there is, if your dentist does it, or you can find one. They do, rather than the traditional crown they put on the tooth, because they just kept coming out for me. They were crap. But this one we had in the fancy dentist in Essex, it was this they would scan your mouth, right, and it'd do a 3D scan of your mouth, right, where the gap was, and then you'd press a button and then it would 3D rebuild you a tooth model for the space, and then you'd press another button and it would go to print. 10 minutes later it had milled it all out, so no having to wait a week to get your crown in. It had milled it all out in the back room, and literally he just popped the bugger in, and it was a bit more expensive, but that thing is so robust. All of my other crowns just come straight out. This, never an issue with. Absolutely perfect. So if you can find that fancy technology, it is definitely worth it. Solid as a rock. It's the best tooth I've got. Vacuum cleaner has been very busy lately, sucking up the bigger spiders. I bought a special one because it was designed to suck up spiders and keep them alive, but it just wasn't strong enough because I was going to get the tunnel webs for that. Mudslide in Tibet was apocalyptic. Jesus, I keep out of the news as well these days. I used to read the news every day, but I know I keep out of it now, and I do need to get back in. I hadn't heard of any of those. That's what the internet's for, exactly. To keep us terrified of all these things. And Willow, you need a good solid broom with stiff bristles to take out the pesky gnomes. Get out of it. What was I listening to the other day? I'd heard this previously, but it came up again today in a bit more detail. But there is a particular type of mushroom that is found in China somewhere. And rather than, your normal hallucinogenic experiences that you get all that sort of stuff, this has a very particular type of experience. And it's very consistent with everybody that has it. You see little people little humanoid people running around annoying you, and it's incredibly strange. That's the only thing it does. The rest of you is senses all there, no other hallucination or anything like that, but it's like you're able to see the fucking borrowers running around, and it's very consistent. And we I think we've only known about it for about 10 years, this mushroom, although it's been in China for a very, very long time. But it's got no known hallucinogens or anything that we know that can cause that, so we've not figured out why it's doing this. Maybe it's a little window on something else is going on. Can't remember the name of it there, but makes you wonder, doesn't it? A lot of these stories, they come from somewhere. And it's terrible traffic, exactly. Lots of it that are going on. If it is there, it's a dustbin now. Where are we there? It's how your two started before they went full on Kink Dungeon in your spare room. You just had to like secede that they had taken over the dungeon. Don't give Alan ideas there. Yours are a nightmare for that. Is it okay? Why do my kids do that? They literally shake me awake to ask about who does something to a thing there. Replace with any word area there. You know, as a child, I can't even remember what it was that I was doing that for. But I also know I was terrified to do it. Our bags of clouds ruin everything. They really, really do. And Dara, over on the TikTok, how are you doing there? Should we only get your messages now? Sorry, I've been chatting away rather slowly tonight. Just ordered a pizza. That's a perfectly reasonable way to handle impending tooth work. Vega is glowing through the clouds. Vega is a big, bright, and beautiful. And it's amazing how much it works for. Let's go back to Vega. Where are you, baby? Where are you, Vega? You're around here somewhere. Are we up high enough? Yeah, we're up high enough. Maybe the cloud's too thick there? Because it should be. Yeah, it should have been around this sort of area. Around here. Maybe it's just too bright and too thick now. Not around here yet, have we? Take it for granted. Oh, there you go. Me telling Vega's going to come through, and it doesn't. Making me a liar. Rich there. I was at a neighbour's garden party a while back there, talking to my mate next to the fire pit when a spider emerged from his beard. And I kid you not, I literally screamed. He went apeshit. We do not do spiders. Rich, 100%, but that, I'm shaving. There could be no, oh, that is just, that is grim. Oh, ho, ho, ho. We always descend, don't we? When it's a slower night, when the clouds are in or it's a signal hunt, we'll descend into spiders or hatred for plastic things. It's keeping him warm. It's the nest. Oh, the Himalayas crumbling. There's an interesting theory, isn't it, about the Tibetan Plateau, the Himalayas, that was actually formed during a potential plasma discharge from the sun. Some really interesting work that's coming out on that. Definitely worth checking out. How far away is Voyager now? Isn't it like any day now? We're coming up to the Voyager being a full light day away from us. Like that. Yeah, there's like a. It is. I think it's literally towards the end. Is it the 28th or something? What are we today? 26th. So it might be today. Might be the 28th. There. Free choice: pepperoni, mushrooms, pineapple, spinach, and a Greek salad. A free choice. I like to put that one in there. I'm fine. Mushrooms. That I can't do. I ate a spider one. Oh. No, I couldn't do it. Can't even be near us. North to south is the Black Knight, so on a polar orbit. There are lots of things up there. Sadly, they don't release the orbits for the, as they call them, uncorrelated targets. The things up there in orbit of Earth, so we don't know where they are. We don't know what they are, sorry, we know where they are and where they've come from. If we could get a list of those objects, we could then point, the old dish to them, see if we're getting signals off of it. Output standard horizontal, yeah, probably routing it through OBS, StreamYard or Cloud OStream solves the formatting challenge. So it's not so much the formatting for it there. It's the fact they don't give you the stream key, so we have to use TikTok Studio to connect to it there, which is really real pain in the ass. But TikTok Studio does allow you to just do horizontal for it. You can go straight to horizontal, which is a pain. I did consider getting, I think it's the YOLO box in stream, which does the vertical, but then the problem is I've got to then put all the video sources, put them on splitters to then send them in. I have too much bollock. So TikTokers will have to have a horizontal stream. But if they gave us a bloody stream key, it'd be much better. It's like thunderstorms moving up from France. I think it is, and we are due to get some rain here in the early hours, but I don't know how long we've got. So if those clouds start to get dark, I might have to run outside there. And Carl there, I'm back. Strange feelings in the Wi-Fi stopped. And mobile phone don't went off. and the phone froze. Carl, funny you should say that, because like we were having, again, connection issues. Look, it's totally fine now, guys, and we're doing the 2 streams on TikTok, and my little meter is showing nothing, you know, so there's some sort of mystery bug. So we had exactly that, Carl. If you are over on the talks, Carl, on the tubes, I can do the adding as well that you mentioned. Louis, you plug a USB-C cable in from the USB-C out on the YOLO box, put it into your computer, and it functions as a plug-and-play UVC camera device. Connect the HDMI out to an external capture card. Interesting. So, because I did think you've got the HDMI out, we could do it, but it'd be the horizontal feed then. But then you could just have so the only way we can do it, I'd have to bring a laptop with me again. I'm just like, I ain't bothering to. The whole point of getting one was to minimise the laptop frame. It's just TikTok being bloody awkward. I didn't know it did the UVC as the output from the USB-C. That is interesting. That's going to open up some new ideas. It's a shame you can't export one source, because if we could export like the main camera view from that, then we could put that into an in-stream, and that wouldn't be too hard. What's that? Crumbled and spinning about 800. God, oh my god, that is a big old one there. Exactly, cheese and pineapple's fine on sticks. So that's never struck me as strange for pizzas. Moon is at 6 o'clock where I am, and up high in the sky there, looking right out of the window. So yeah, where we are, it's 6 o'clock. It is bang on south for us. But yeah, just a bit too low. I wonder what our correct inclination is to that, because it'd actually be good to mark that so we can know when it's going to be visible for us there. I'm waiting for me to text her back. My phone says it doesn't recognise you. Oh god, the technology. We've got Alan a new phone. It's on its way, guys. So wait till Alan wants to join the chat. It's like Christmas tree lights there, plain white, just hanging. No second. What was that for, Roy? I couldn't see the first part of it. It's been cut off. Hope they all ascend. Oh yeah, the difficulty. Yeah, it's tragic, especially when it's somewhere like that, so remote as well. They're already having a tough time, let alone any disaster responses. Yeah, that's south there. And David, George Van Tassel at the book has loads of messages from the Council of Seven. Lights like March 21st, 1952. And greetings, I am Totemon, 4th projection, 7th wave, space patrol of Sacri, the 3rd sector at the station. I find those interesting. I'd actually like to, I think, go back for all the people that have, claimed to have these direct connections and that have had messages, and like to analyse those. Not necessarily because were the predictions correct, but is there anything that you can deduce as commonalities about, potential structure of societies and civilizations out there, and could that then reinforce or remove the possibility or the likelihood of it? Scrunching bottles there, sorry guys. Interesting. Stick, call them hedgehogs. I spent 4k on filling such hard, 4 on 4, 6k in some places. I know somebody that has spent a lot more than that on teeth. Teeth are just so bloody rich. It's a license to print money. They're only in there for 10 minutes. It's bloody ridiculous. Plain white and no shape. Interesting. Where was that sighting, Roy? You might have to go back to the first part, because I think the first part was cut off, sadly, for us there. And, we talked about the mushrooms, yeah. You saw else on them. So, I haven't had that experience. But, yeah, apparently this particular one, it's none of the other stuff, right? None of the geometric shapes there, and none of all the machine elves or anything like that. These are little people, just little humanoids running around, playing tricks on you and stuff like that. But also with it as well, it can last for a few days. And it can go on and off, so it's kind of not in the same way that as if you're taking in a substance and it, activating and getting then processed and broken down in your system. I get a discount on the shoes in JD. Liberty bells that grow everywhere. Well, I've seen them a few places in Essex where they grow naturally. Obviously, didn't last long there. The fairy folk, the little people, but it makes you wonder where, could all of that stuff come from these sorts of things. Let's check if we've got anywhere that is not as... Oh, that was the way that adjusted itself then, that was disconcerting. Let's spin back this way. I just jumped a bit, makes me wonder what the tripod's doing. That looks like a very potentially rainy cloud there. Right, let's hang it out here. Name of the mushroom there, asking for a friend. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember for the name. If you put names in the chat, I'll be able to remember if it comes up there, but I can't remember off the top of my head there. Christopher there, coming in with the gifts. Thank you for that. All goes back into the stream. I have Smurfs in my back garden. The blue ones. What was... No, you're making me think back to South Park with that, the Smurfs. Never done there, but I want to try the mushrooms or the DMT. Heard it changed your personality for the better, Buffett. Yeah, and I think, like you have everything there, Chris coming in with the other gifts as well. But Christopher, sorry. Like all these things, you know, things can be misused. We misuse food, don't we? You know, we'll eat it for the wrong reasons. We'll stuff our face. You know, I mean, I'm guilty of that very much so. So I mean, let alone things like that. You know, can be used. I mean, we misuse prescription medication all of the time, but I'm glad that now we are at least having a little bit more of a mature discussion around it and the potential benefits, but it doesn't mean people won't ever stop abusing it, though. Everyone's supposed to have the same trip. Yeah, Dara, they're meant to be very, 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 like, similar. Like, it's the same world, I think, that they talk about, and the same types of beings in there. You know, there's a lot of, like, similarities. You know, there are a lot of overlap, and that was one of these, because I mean, we know what hallucinogens do. We know what how the mind works, and you know, with dreams and conceptual processing and stuff like that. So it's always been a bit of a high bar for me to be like, oh, are you really going to somewhere else? But the more I've heard about people talking about those experiences, the more I'm like, actually, no, it does sound like you're accessing sort of a different dimension. That's why we can't necessarily understand or describe what they're seeing there. How are you doing, Pluto? Good to see you. Hope you've been well. Alan says hello. Maybe we should be meaner to the kids. Yeah. In Japan, researchers are developing the world's first drug capable of regenerating real human teeth, complete with roots, enamel, and function. Oh, lilac, that is a game changer. For years, I've heard about things that can regrow enamel and stuff, but really, really interesting. I only realised, literally, like when I had that tooth pain the other week, that was realised why I have such bad teeth, and apparently it's because of the weird blood pressure issues there. You know, the lots of smaller veins go to feed the nutrients to your teeth, and if you've got, you know, circulatory issues, then they're the first to go. So any wear and tear, you know, doesn't get you know, rebuilt. It's nice that it wasn't the dentist that told me that. Yeah, but I see the woman I've gone to is an orthodontist there rather than a dentist, so she probably has a machine, at least I hope. Damien, I ask if they have. I think it was Cyrillic or something like that. It was to try and Google it then, because honestly, it is a great machine. So if you're not getting that, that's what you want. That's the only time that I come out and went, oh, that was money well spent from the dentist there. Lanmo Asiatica origin. Maybe the first one, Amanda. Maybe the first one. It's not fully, but it does sound a bit familiar there. And Pluto coming in with the gifts. Thank you. I appreciate that. How have you been? Been up to some good, exciting things, I hope. The spiritual there, mushrooms, I thought, a deeper thought. Yeah, I totally think that. So when you hear the normal mushrooms, the LSD, all that sort of stuff, for me, it feels like you're going into the right mode of your brain. You know, you're being able to pick apart the operating system, or maybe even sub that, you know, of a computer of your brain. But this is clouds of Venus. I'm a little bit nervous because we are due rain clouds at some point, so I don't want them to start raining on all the camera. Yes, that's what I think. I'm really confident that's what's going on with those. But with the DMT, it does seem to be different, and maybe even with this other one there. Astral police can kick you out of a trip in Astral Stream. X, apparently, yeah, with the DMT, you don't build up the tolerances, but sometimes, you know, these creatures will go, yeah, not for you anymore, and you'll never, no matter what you take, you'll never get any result from it. You know, so people get locked out for periods. Very, very strange. As young, I tried some strong stuff, and we ran through town and was sure the Teletubbies were chasing us with axes there. It was a crazy weekend. It sounds like you grew up in a similar place to me there, Tilford. A big group of the little fairies at the bottom of the garden. Chris, tell us more. That is very interesting. Is it kind of like in the classic sense of how it's described? Where are we? Down here as well. I can hear thunder in a Plymouth there coming from the sound. Yeah, we are due. We are due someone's there. So if I disappear quickly, guys, it is because it started raining on the camera. Then it just occurred to me, 20 hours after Ayup said about spiders and mates, so do all male spiders live outside like hobos, and the males hang out you meant the females hang out indoors? Yeah, they've all been evicted. That's what it is. Good question. Yeah, do they? Is that how spiders work, or do they just all come into the warmer environment? Psilocybin, their Liberty caps are much better than the fly agaric there. First to November 1st, rains after summer till the first frost is usually the season. And where are we there? The females even. Yeah, cave spiders. Assume that I'm talking about GHS. And Voyager 1 will cross the milestone of being one light day away from Earth around the 18th of November. 18th, okay, it's further than I thought then. Are you following It's the Journey or interested in another specific milestone? Well, so that's the ChatGPT message there. Voyager 1 will cross the milestone. So yeah, in November, but that is crazy. You know, it's one of those paradoxes that is mind-blowingly far away and amazingly well done, but then also it's only one fucking light day away. A friend and I saw a giant dome over the Earth when out in the pitch black countryside on the 300 HG. Says there, girders in the sky. That sounds like a flat Earth one. Did it convince you to go to the dark side? The big vertical one has dropped in price at OX. Oh, it's over a grand. Jesus, that is. So there was I saw a really big vertical one, which is the TV screen vertical one they did. But there was the other one. The only other one I thought they did. I'll have to have a look again because I've been to Liberty. Is it the Ultra or the Extreme that does ISO recording? And I'm like, I really want that. Could never afford it. But yeah, I think it was the InStream was the version that does the horizontal. And basically, it tricks TikTok because TikTok thinks it's an Android mobile phone, so you can just use the normal TikTok app, but then create your scenes in the YOLO box. That's how it kind of gets around it. But wishing my family would lose me in B&M there. That's like a storybook there. The Wonders of Kate in B&M. I'll catch you later, Lee. As always, good to have you in there. Carl is over on the tubes. Let's see if I can do what we were talking about there. Where are we hiding in here? Let me scroll up in this chat. Actually, it don't need to do that, do I? Is it this one I need to do? Sorry, guys, just doing a bit of admin. No, I can't find it that way. Right, okay, I'll have to do it manually. I'll find you in the chat around here. Sorry, guys, I'll be with you in a... There we go, there's Carl, right. There we go, should be done. Thank you for that, Carl. 17 degrees above the horizon. So, okay, if 17 degrees is the lowest, maybe for us the safe bet is 20-25 degrees there. Been missing so long since I've missed this. Oh, Pluto, we've missed you as well. Hope you've been up to some exciting things, though. But sometimes life does that, gets in the way, doesn't it? DJ, it's 2% above the horizon. Oh, yeah, I say, okay. So, yeah, that makes sense there if it's only 2%. I do not make people go missing. Legal disclaimer. The internet search was wrong. Yeah, of course not, Kate, there. And Christopher, how are you there, too? We hopefully chill out a bit. Exactly. Right, is it or is it not a satellite? Just stays the same orbit. So anything in a steady orbit around us is a satellite, so we've got our man-made ones, the human-made ones. If it's in that fixed, if it's matching the speed of Earth, that is potential there, but it's very difficult to do. So it depends in which part of the sky. And also the geostationary satellites, they tend to be around the equator, but it takes a lot of energy to do that. So yeah, they don't tend to last very long, and also quite far out, so they don't tend to reflect that we can see very much from these distances there. I'm about the same, Roy, actually, 11 there. I think no, not quite as much, I'm on 9. too far today. Hey, let us know, man, if it works. A bit pretty late for me there. Going for new Hollywood teeth next year there. How's RV? Teeth are one of those fundamental things, isn't it, there to get? So, well, good luck with it there. But it got harm in her leg. Women kick him out for the summer. Do you blame them? And do you think that severe weather could be weather manipulation? 100%. I really do think it's... Look, we can't write off natural processes because weather's complex and so many things interact with it. But I also, you know, wouldn't be surprised if we've been meddling and we're causing those problems at all. So... Good to see the old T. It's good to see you too as well, Pluto. It's very good to see you there. Yeah, we're ticking along, doing the same thing. We've got some upgrades. Although you can't really see anything tonight though, Pluto, because yeah, because it's too bloody cloudy. Look, it's just on the horizon. Right, I'll wind up some bits on the chat, and then we'll probably call it quits there. Is my neighbour having a fire, or are they on fire? Because yeah, we don't want to risk the rain on the camera. Oh God, look, you can't even see the brightness ready for the moon now. They're getting very thick there. Lightning maps there. Where are we? Down here. Oh, Leicester Way. Good to have you in there, Leicester. How are your skies? Are they cloudy too there? GTA 5. It takes a while. V coming in with a gift for Alan.
Nom nom nom. Thanks.
Thank you there,
guys.
V. And it went through loads of... I couldn't link up. Oh, no, that's there. Pluto put a treasure box in. Thank you, Pluto, very kindly there. I hope you all thanked Pluto for that one when you collect the coins. And... watching the lightning on there. Was that Blitztrung? I have to try and remember that one. Where are we down there? Look at this called Pick Post. Oh, okay, let's have a look. Liberty. I need to catch up with the Discord. I didn't do it at all today. Oh, yeah, that's the one they do it for, like the shop streamers, isn't it? Oh my God, only 213 quid. Like, I have not got 213 quid, and I don't know what I'd use that for, but it feels like at that sort of price, we're going to get some TikTok shop streams, guys. No more Skywatching. I'm going to be selling you pants at market prices. I've got to use the tech. You know, I'm a gadget guy. Thank you, Liberty. Just as I was trying to be sensible with money, there, Liberty is showing me brilliant things. I could lugging that thing up a hill. So, guys, it's basically like an all-in-one streaming box, right? So, save not having a computer and stuff. But this one is like a flat-screen TV, you know, on portrait. So, it's like a really giant TikTok live for you to do those sorts of streams with. And what are we feeding Alan with Pluto? Anything that is food-based. So, that one should work there, tofu.
Nom nom nom.
Thank you
guys.
for feeding Alan there. Storm is moving northeast, so going to miss you there, lucky one there. Find some UFOs, Lexi. I think our luck has bloody run out at this minute. Can go clean your last tooth. I'm feeling that point there. Alien Angela there. How are you doing? Good to see you in there. It's a must. Liberty is actually quite tempting. Leanne, can I have an early Christmas present? And of course they have aircon on standard there, but we can be more efficient to cool the air and a good rainstorm. What was that for? Anyway, guys, as the clouds have come in, I am going to wind up since I've caught on with the chat tonight because I don't want the camera to get rained on. So thank you everybody so much for joining us tonight. You are all awesome. Do make sure you're following, subscribed, whatever it is, wherever you are, because we will be on again tomorrow. It's Movie Club, so remember 8 PM Discord tomorrow before the mainstream. We're going to be watching, what's it called? It comes up on the things. What's it say? It's not actually technically alien themed, but it is space themed. What's it called? Why is my little thing not changing and telling me what our movie club is? Either way, whatever it is, join us for that over in the Discord, link in bio. 8 PM we're going to watch it along, and afterwards we'll come on for a normal stream. Hopefully a Skywatch. It is meant to be clear tomorrow night. So yeah, we'll see you all then. Thank you for being awesome, guys. Blade Runner, that was it, Lilac. Thank you. God, why couldn't I? The original Blade Runner, I think it's on Prime. But yeah, we'll catch you all for that one there. Good to see you again then, Pluto. Always a pleasure. We'll catch you later, guys. Bye-bye.